I have a lot to say, and most of it has to do with the world as we know it, and many things I've learned along the way. I'm trying to find a way to talk to the people. I don't want to go into a lot of conspiracy theories, but there's information that somehow doesn't quite make it into society, and I'd like to find a way to get it there. Solzhenitsyn, a Russian, right? He's an author from Russia during the Gulag and the war, and after the revolution with Stalin, had said that if he could say things and bring it to the people loud enough, that he might have been able to make a difference for the better. So I'm going to twit and tweet and squeak and squawk and see if I can find a way to tell you the things that I've heard that I believe other people need to hear. I'm not going to go into the secret computer chip stuck in your brain, so they can hear your thoughts. Just check out radio waves and brain waves. They kind of work the same. You can pick up brain waves with a radio receiver, and you can also transmit them. But that's just a small bit of information. Your body's like a computer itself. It's an electromagnetic machine, and we reproduce, and we are alive, but the mechanics are the same. The electrons, the firings of negative and positive energy. Look it up. Sociology. Oh, you know, I'd like to be able to have a chance to talk about that as well. I really appreciate what women did to try to get women out of the house and able to have better jobs, more interesting lives. But I really believe in family, and I see a lot of children now that aren't watched by father or mother. There are no caretakers anymore, and a lot of families have to work to make the bills, so they don't have a choice. That's only a tip of the iceberg. I mean, when I look at young women nowadays too, I see these Barbies that aren't really meant to do anything but look good, have sex. Am I allowed to say sex on YouTube? I hope so, because I don't want to get censored. Part of the problem is that I'm way too censored. I don't get a chance to speak. But nowadays, young girls seem to be just objects that look good. Are they going to be good wives? Are they going to be good mothers? When you have a relationship with someone, do you look for something more than just the way they look? Every generation that grows, every decade that passes, a new generation is coming up. Every 10-year-old girl right now is going to be 20 in a decade. And right in a decade, it all starts over again. Where are their minds? Universities, are we all really going to be able to have the life that we're looking for by going to college? There's so many things that people aren't really thinking about. We're just on automatic. We get up, we have our coffee, we go to work, we get home, we take Susie to the ballet and Michael to the baseball game, and get the car done, fix the laundry machine, do everything that you have to do to keep a household and a family running. And if both parents are working, which is mostly the case, when do you have time to think about all of it? There's other things too. Again, I'd like to not talk about secret societies and plans of mice and men. However, I have noticed after years of research that, and about 15 years, but closer to 50, um, the church is not really teaching the truth. All of them, the Christian churches, none of them. It's like they're close but not quite. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but love is the law of the covenant, to love one another. I'm not even sure that people know what love means. go through their day to day again on automatic, and I don't think love comes into it. And Paul told us to do everything with love, and without it, everything we did was meaningless. I can quite likely say that I believe mankind to be severely on the wrong track, and if you're not religious, that's okay. I have a lot of other things I'd like to talk about that don't have anything to do with religion, about what is going on out there. Everybody wants to look at the law and follow a whole bunch of rules about how things are supposed to be thought of and acted upon. I'm saying, just think. They take your children away from you from a young age, what, 5, 6 years old? And from that time forward, they're expected to be in a school starting at like 7 a.m. in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, and then homework that keeps them occupied for the rest of the day. When do they play? When do they dream? They're children. We never had this before 100 years ago. Let's go back just 200 years in the social mechanisms of mankind. School, sure, children had to work. Certainly, the Industrial Revolution, putting those kids in those sweatshops and factories. But go back to real life. Adults took care of everything, and children were raised and played and taught responsibilities. It's not all about all work and no play, but it's not all play without work.